What's your secret to maintaining competitive advantage?
Yeah, look, I think there's a few things. I think the team we've built is really important. Because we started back in the day. It was John and I. John's wife was the accountant
Yeah,
and a receptionist, basically, and a property manager. So there's
yeah,
basically five of us, and we now got 430 people. We've picked each one, so we've grown the business, and we've had a really intense focus on who comes into the business. You don't always get it right, but even now, like even for the most junior roles, either John and I will be the final interview, just to try and make sure it's a good fit. Um, so yeah, we've built this fantastic team. It's been a really stable team. One of the cool things I think we did in the GFC. So in the GFC, obviously, you hit property pretty hard, and you saw every property company was just sacking whole
yeah.
floors of people,
Yep.
right? We didn't have a big team then. We might have had 30 people, but still, it was hurting us. And I remember talking to John. I said, "What do we do?" And he was like, "Look, this won't last forever. When it turns, if we've got rid of half the
Mm,
people, it's going to take a long time to build back up." So
yeah.
we went to everyone. We called a meeting, and everyone thought that the axe was going to fall. And we said, "Look, we don't want to get rid of anyone, right?"
Yeah.
And all their friends were getting fired left, right, and centre around the industry. We said, "What we want to do is if we want to do something different. If you've got a salary above 120,000, we want to cut it by 10%. If it's under that, it might be 5%. You'll make that up in options in the company,
It's good.
um, and you get an extra week of leave, and hopefully it's only 12 months or so." And John and I took a higher percentage, and everyone was relieved because everyone thought everyone's going to be
Mm,
fired. So what it meant was when it did turn, all the other property companies had to rebuild, and we were ready to go. And that's when we got a lot of growth coming out of the GFC. So I think one thing's the team, and part of that is also what we do differently to quite a few of our larger competitors is what we call our property services division. So we do everything from the facilities management, so having that guy on site that looks after the lifts and the aircon and talks to the
yep.
tenants about the issues, through the property managers to asset managers, leasing and development and everything
Gotcha.
else. But a lot of our peers would have the asset manager and up. So
Gotcha.
that outsource the facilities management, property management to a Jones Lang or a CBRE or something like that. And it's not a big profit driver, but what it does, it means you've got the direct
Mm,
relationship with the tenant. So if he likes the building, doesn't like the building, needs less space, more space, you're hearing firsthand, you're not hearing through an
gotcha.
agent.
Yep.
And I think it means we get better property outcomes. So we get better retention, we get better tenant satisfaction and those sorts of things. So I think that really does help us with our portfolio. We've got 430 buildings, we've got 2,500 tenants across the
It's
portfolio.
enormous. It's a massive business. And so back to the decision on the staff
Yeah.
in the GFC. So that create a bit of loyalty with the team, you
I
think?
think so, definitely. And
Yeah.
look, it's amazing. We've got, we I have awards and things as you get through year
Yeah.
5, 10, 15. And, we've had our first couple of 20-year.
It's really good.
We've got quite a few 15 years in the last 2 years, plenty of 10 years. So
Yeah.
um, it's been great. And you look at the team, and if you look at you know, the senior guys, the top
Mm,
30, you know, we've probably had 2 people leave in the last 7 years, and they both just left recently they got really high,
yeah.
senior roles in other companies, which we couldn't really give them. But we've had really good, stable,
Yeah.
loyal team of people.